town like last night from a little retreat at a summer camp, which was really fun. Just being in that environment, no matter what was the reason, that alone is that's a good weekend. I've never been to a summer camp as a kid. I was never sent away to one of them things. So as an adult, getting to experience that was really fun experience. And I went with Eden, and the retreat was called the Deep Human Retreat, and facilitated by two amazing, beautiful, wonderful people who are really involved in doing sound healing with song and sound bowls and just vibrational healing, really on the most through sound and through coming together with others and sharing this. It's very powerful, very healing to use our voices in harmony together and to share ourselves and in community, period. But there's so many ways to do that and show up, but just to be able to come together and be authentic and real and true to who we are at our core, and even and unraveling the layers of what we have been or think we are, and really shedding the hurt and the stories and the things that keep us disconnected from other people. So that's why I feel there's only so much healing you can do alone as an individual. I think that in community and through relationship and with other people is how we really shift certain stories and patterns within ourselves, and that's it can seem scary to come into a space and to be vulnerable or to open up to strangers, but you realize after doing so these people aren't strangers, that there's a similar there's something that drew us all together, and that these people are on their own unique journey and path of their spiritual journey, their just life. Everyone has their own unique path, but to be able to share your own and to be received and heard and cared for by others, to feel heard, to feel held, to feel like you matter, and that you have something to offer. And what was really neat about this retreat is they opened up the floor for anyone and everyone to share an offering, to share their own unique something. So there are different little workshops and sound healing sessions, and just someone coming into teaching and sharing something. So it was really amazing. I love what this weekend was, and what it was able to be for so many people. And it was a family friendly, open to the family. So, a lot of retreats are either all women or all men's retreats, or, there's not typically a family friendly type kind of situation. It's not tailored towards families or mothers or fathers. So this being open to the children, and me getting to bring my youngest Eden along was so beyond words. Everything I just experienced is really beyond words, but it's really nice to solidify as much as I can what I experienced and share it with words, because it was so healing on so many levels to be able to integrate a part. My life is, I feel, mostly been there's I have work, I have my kids, and then I have my social time, and each one is very distinctly separated. And so I bring out Eden and Elijah out to places, and I've definitely gotten them out to different events and things with friends, or it's not we isolate from people, but in general it's not as common or often as I would like, and it's not to the degree or the way that I just experienced over a full day, 2 full days and a night, which could have been 2 nights, but we came in on Saturday. But to really sink into a space with others, the same people, it was just a totally different experience than, just going out for a few hours somewhere and getting together with people. So very new experience, being in community with Eden and navigating, just his needs, the needs of the moment, what I need, and finding balance between, like the social aspect of connecting with people, and also, he's just wanting my attention or to pull me in some direction. And, I made it like I really wanted to make it about him and like taking him on this experience. And also it was for me too. Like I also needed things too. So as a mother, it's hard sometimes to balance and navigate, your child's needs and your needs and like all the things, everything, it's a lot. So I was really trying to do my best to just like flow with that. And I do get really stressed and tense and like triggered by some of Eden's behaviors and inability to just like listen and like do what I say or just follow, like, and it's like, well, he's his own autonomous being. And also, yes, you need like trying to find that balance between like giving him freedom and independence, and also like, I need you, like, this is like it's for safety measures first and foremost. And also it's like finding that, like, cause I feel like I have had some control issues in my life with relationships. And as a little girl, like, I was the older sibling, and I just wanted to like lead the way and help, create. I was just like a leader in ways. And so but when I say like controlling, that's more of a negative way. But there's a thing that like I want to do something specific in a certain way. And it's like funny because now I have this little mirror, this little person that's like very much like I was in a lot of ways, like very headstrong and adamant, or persistent, we'll say. Headstrong sounds a little, it just very like when he wants something and he wants it, like, so it's very triggering to me because it just like that I feel out of control. I feel like I cannot, he doesn't, when he's not listening, or when there's like, it's just a lot. And that's a whole thing that I'm learning how to navigate. And then to be around others with that, like, it brings up degrees of like embarrassment or shame of like, wow, like I feel like this doesn't look good, or this is not, like I'm being talked to this way, or I'm being, it just I felt embarrassed at times. And also knowing that like these people aren't judging, and they're not people that are, but it still just felt like very vulnerable. Like I feel like I was in a very, very vulnerable, the whole weekend I was just very vulnerable, which is good to be vulnerable and like to be seen and known as we are where we are, especially with like the complexities of parenting and then other, other parents and other kids, and then, for people who don't have children, being able to be a part of and witness and see and interact with that world. So yeah, I think for everyone there, like, it was an extremely healing time, and yeah, I'm very, very grateful for it. And I shared one of my songs, which was really scary at first, and I wonder, it's interesting, the rays. Do I have a crack on my, oh, that's why. Okay, there's a crack on my little front camera, I guess, so, or on the, well, that's okay. It's kind of cool. I like how the light is like, okay. Anywho, well, I just kind of made it more like that. Okay, well, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, so I'm kind of just like, yeah, really looking at what came up for me, and process that and integrate it and embody like what I want and know is there and is possible within me, and like with how I show up in the world and interact with others, and to just keep that energy and bring it into this world. Because like being at a retreat and being in like the woods and away from all the things at home, and then coming back, it's a big shift of a reality. Like it's a completely big change. And so part of me coming here and making this video is to like really process it and externally and with words, which a lot of it is just like a felt lived experience of like really sinking that into the body, that peace, that awareness, that presence that I felt, being in community with nature, and being just very authentic and vulnerable, and with others who are doing the same, and also just playing and laughing. Like we had so much fun. Like it wasn't some serious, like it was deep in ways, but also, or just deep period in ways. Okay, words, never mind. But yeah, it was everything, and we were all just like kids together, you know, like with the kids around too. Like it was so much fun, and yeah, I mean, laughter is some of the best medicine I've ever found. Like to play and laugh and like connect in that laughter and that feeling, like oh, it's so good, so good, so healing. And so there's a lot of women. It was mostly women. There was a mix of people, and there were men as well. And but having the presence of the men there, I feel like a lot of retreat. Have I even been to a retreat like that? Like yeah, I don't know. A lot of retreats I feel like center on like, you know, women, or like it's like, you know, but to have the mix of yeah, the ages, like so people from every age, and also like all the mix of, you know, men and women and children, and but yeah, I was able to connect with someone new that I had never, you know, I didn't know anyone else there either, and it was all new for him. And to just meet someone new and get to know them and their story and their life, and have such a very different experience just for the, like, that fact of being born with a penis or a vagina, like that sets the tone for all the rest of your life. Like the world treats you a certain way, you go through different traumas, you go through different programming, and we all go through, I mean, depending on so many things, but like, and there's a lot of hurt between all people, really, but like not just, but I mean the wounding between men and men, you know, brothers, like that brother wound, or the lack of brotherhood, and then you have like the sister wound. Like a lot of women there, we all talked about how like we've not had the best relationships to women and our sisters, and, or, you know, there's just like some like wounding there. So when we can all come together and acknowledge that we have some like trauma and some wounding and some hurt relating to how we relate and connect with anybody, period, but specifically like another woman or another man, and how there's just like this history and this past that had, you know, been before that moment with that, you know, but to be able to let go of all of that and to just meet someone in that moment without the trauma, or without the you know, I mean, it's there somewhere, but how healing it is to be able to now be in a situation that is safe, that you can trust this person, that they are on their own unique path of being better and being aware and caring, and so to be able to witness another man on his journey and his path of becoming more self-aware and unpacking his patterns and relational trauma, or you know, patterns, all the pain and the like defense mechanisms and the protective stuff, and to hear him like vulnerably share like his past of, you know, what he's experienced and how he's like navigated things, or avoided them, or is like shut down to the things that he wants, and to hear that masculine voice like sharing his experience, it was like I felt like I was hearing all the other men that I've not understood, or maybe like there was just like this like reconciliation, it felt like, on some level, between like me and this masculine energy, where we were able to just meet each other as two people. Here we are, like we just met at this place, and there's like this some kind of connection of like, okay, we feel this comfort with each other, like there's this familiarity, but also like you are completely new and unknown to me, and having it be very just like a, you know, not attaching or labeling or making it something specific, or wanting to romanticize, or like desire in a certain way, you know, to have it just be like very respectful of the fact like we're just two humans that, you know, so yeah, it was really just really a neat new experience, because I haven't had male friends, really. I have like a really solid male friendship that I've been nurturing the past I don't know, about 9 months or so, but that's like new for me. Like I've not had men that were just purely platonic friends. Like I've only been romantically and sexually with men intimately, so to experience that has been extremely healing, and like shifting a whole world inside of me of these stories of like men and how they only, you know, the just the dynamic between us, and so just to kind of feel that similar energy where it's like, okay, like just feeling respected as me, outside of what I can do and be for this person and what their desires are. It's like just to meet someone where they're at and see eye to eye and know that this is like, it was just, yeah. So very, very grateful for that. Very grateful for that. And yeah, it's like I don't need anything more from this person. It felt like, you know, yeah, I like to talk to people and, you know, connect and have a friendship, but it's like comforting to know that, you know, if I never see him again and if we never talk again, like that's okay, because I don't need it to be anything more than what it is, and like what that will always be in some place. Like, you know, you may never see someone again, or, you know, there may never be more than what that, but like that, to know that that is enough, like that there's that connection still, and knowing that there was like healing that happened between both people, and like just holding on to that, and, you know, to be able to show up as me, as a woman, as a mother, and share with him my experience, share with him like my struggles, and how that can help click into things for him, like maybe certain experiences he's had with other women, or, you know, my vulnerability is also healing for him. And so it's amazing, like how being vulnerable and authentic and real, how powerful and healing that is for not only the person sharing, but for the person that's receiving that. And, you know, it doesn't need to happen just like at a retreat. You know, that can happen in any moment of just being present and showing up and being real and just like sharing yourself, where you're at, what do you want, what do you need, like what is this moment in this person, the self, like where are we, you know, like the why, the how, the who, the when, the what, you know, and yeah, it's really, yeah, really powerful to be able to do that. And I just feel I feel, yeah, really grateful and proud that like I could do that, and that, you know, this other person could do that. All the people there did that, but I will say it's like I do find myself gravitating towards men and the masculine, because there's this, like, I do feel like that's where most of my wounding is, and at the same time I feel like that's where most of my healing lies, is in that space where most of the like wounding and the pain is. So yeah, just finding balance within through all of our parts and pieces, like my inner masculine, my inner feminine, like the dance between polarity and duality and opposites, like finding that center point, that core between all of the contrasting elements, all of the different parts and pieces, and bringing it into one whole thing, and showing up and sharing, you know, with the world and with whoever's there in that moment, you know. So I breathe into that, these realizations and this healing, and just like continue to sink into that. And yes, I'm pulling up to my client's house. I'm running a little late, so I'm gonna close this out now. But yeah, thank you for listening and doing your own unique work and play over there to expand and to grow and to evolve and be a part of the shifts and healing that are happening on this planet between us all. And yeah, it starts within, ripples out. It is it's the, you know, that's the stuff. Yes, well, I guess I'll wait till I pull up, and then I'll, well, I guess I can, okay. Pulling up, I'm gonna park, and then I guess I could have just ended it at any moment, really, but I don't know. There's not, I'm like, I don't technically need to end it until I pull up, but it's all blurry. Let's see. yes, yes, keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing new things. It's now's the time. It's here and now, and it's all in this moment. Like, it's what we make it, and it's good. We're good. It's all like that balance is now. Like, there's that. It's happening. It's gonna continue to happen whether we are aware of it and conscious of it or not. So that gives me comfort and peace, knowing that it's inevitable. Whatever it is that needs to like happen and unfold, and evolution is always happening, and an expansion. And on the flip side, yes, there is like degeneration in ways, and things breaking down, and decay, and death, and like constriction and tightening. But it's like that, just like this, just this dance between all the things. And you are part of that, and you are that, and it's within you. And give yourself some credit, give yourself some extra love, and some gratitude and appreciation and forgiveness, and just grace, and just and do what you need to, that you need to do, because inside of you, and trust yourself. And it's easier said than done, but the want and the desire and the need for that is a good place to begin. So all right, well, until next time.